In the quiet village of Greystone, nestled between rolling hills and dense woods, lived a young woman named Clara. Her family owned a small bakery that supplied bread to the villagers, and Clara spent her days kneading dough and serving smiling customers. Though she appeared content, Clara often dreamed of adventure and a life beyond the confines of her village. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Clara wandered into the woods behind her home. She often went there to escape, finding solace beneath an old willow tree by the river. But that evening her solitude was interrupted. A stranger sat beneath the willow, sketching in a notebook. "Beautiful spot, isn't it?" he asked, without looking up. Startled, Clara hesitated before answering. "It's my favourite." The stranger finally looked at her. A man with sharp features, dark hair, and eyes that seemed to hide secrets. His name was Elias, and he wasn't from Greystone. Clara felt a strange pull toward him, and over the coming weeks she found herself returning to the willow tree, where Elias always seemed to be waiting. Elias told Clara he was an artist, travelling from town to town to capture the beauty of the countryside. His sketches of the willow tree, the river, and even Clara herself enchanted her. She shared her dreams with him, of travelling, of seeing the world, and he listened with an intensity that made her heart race. Soon, their connection deepened. They spent hours talking, laughing, and sharing stories beneath the willow tree. But Clara noticed that Elias always avoided certain questions about himself, brushing them off with a smile. She didn't press him, wanting to believe that their bond was pure and without complication. One day, while delivering bread to the estate on the edge of town, Clara overheard whispers among the staff. They spoke of a fugitive, a man wanted for theft and betrayal, who was rumoured to be hiding in the area. Clara dismissed it as gossip until they mentioned a sketchbook. Her heart sank. Could it be Elias? That evening, Clara confronted him beneath the willow tree. "Elias," she said, her voice trembling. "Who are you, really?" He sighed, closing his sketchbook. "I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want to lose you," he said. "I made mistakes, Clara. I trusted the wrong people, and now I'm paying the price. But I'm not the monster they say I am." Torn between fear and her growing feelings for him, Clara didn't know what to believe. But deep down, she couldn't ignore the sincerity in his eyes. Days turned into weeks, and Clara struggled with her feelings. Elias's presence in her life had awakened something in her, a desire to take risks, to live fully. But the danger surrounding him was real, and she knew she couldn't ignore it. One fateful night, the village erupted in chaos. Soldiers arrived, searching for Elias. Clara raced to the willow tree, where she found him packing his things. "You have to leave," she said, her voice urgent. "They're coming for you." Elias paused, his hands shaking. "Come with me," he pleaded. "We can start over, somewhere far from here." Clara's heart ached. She wanted to say yes, to run away with him and leave everything behind. But she knew the cost. Her family, her home, her safety. "I can't," she whispered, tears streaming down her face. "But I'll help you escape." Clara led Elias through the woods to a hidden path that would take him out of the village. As they stood beneath the willow tree one last time, Elias cupped her face in his hands. "Clara, you've given me hope when I had none. I'll never forget you," he said, his voice breaking. She kissed him, a desperate, fleeting moment of love before pushing him toward the path. "Go," she urged. "Go and live the life you deserve." Elias disappeared into the shadows, and Clara stood alone beneath the willow tree, her heart heavy, but her resolve strong. Months passed, and life in the village returned to normal. Clara threw herself into her work, but her thoughts often wandered to Elias. One day, a package arrived at the bakery. Inside was a sketchbook filled with drawings of the willow tree, the river, and countless portraits of Clara. On the final page was a note. "Clara, you were my light in the darkest of times. Thank you for saving me. Someday I'll return to you. Yours always, Elias." Clara smiled through her tears. Though their love was forbidden and fleeting, it had changed her forever. Beneath the willow tree, she learned that sometimes the greatest adventure is daring to love, even when the odds are against you. True love often comes with sacrifices, but it also leaves an indelible mark on our hearts, reminding us of our courage and capacity to feel deeply.